All right, so the roof, I won't know 100% about until I get home because I use a drone. So the downspouts, pretty much all of them right now are just dumping right against foundation.
Extensions.
Yep, 6 feet. I have in here where the CO detector and the smoke detector should be. Right now there's none in the bedrooms. This is pretty easy. Power line is touching the tree, but they're not huge limbs.
Okay.
So it won't be a problem to trim them back, but I would definitely trim them back.
You think, will it be possibly just one of those like extender things?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like the handheld ones?
You just have to be careful how close to get to the line, but yeah, you could probably do it that way.
Okay.
This one's not a big deal, but I wanted to point it out. The kitchen islands that are permanent, they're supposed to have an outlet on them. The reason is it's a safety thing because they don't want people running a long cord from the kitchen counter to the island.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah. So, had to point that one out.
I've always wondered why that was code.
Yeah, it's the cords. The tubs and everything look fine, but there's a couple little areas where I would put caulk. I always tell everybody to put it 2/3 around. So basically leaving the bottom open. That way, if anything did get behind the dial, the bezel, or the spout down there, the water could still work its way out.
It's not going to mold up.
Right, and you can see the fake tile. It's just leaving an opening. So,
Sure.
and
I
then
need to do that in my place.
yeah, this one's not bad. The one in the that's the top of the spigot. The other one's a little wider. This is just the gap in between the master. This is in the master bath. There's a little bit of a gap between the flooring and the tub. I wouldn't want to take any chance of water getting between there, so I would just run like a nice bead of clear caulk all along the tub.
Is it big enough that maybe you'd put like a little MDF?
You could do like one of those quarter rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what they did on the other tub, but they didn't do it on that one.
All right.
And that's the other one. You can just see where it's not perfectly flush. I had one of these leak on me before, so that's why I tell everybody.
But it wasn't leaking right now? Okay.
Nope. And this is just showing you where that caulk bead should be, right along. Like I said, the other bathroom, it has a piece of quarter round right there, but that one doesn't.
Okay.
Let's see. That's, some of these get on here accidentally. So the hot water heater's in a leak pan, but it's not plumbed anywhere. You can see right there is where the piece of PVC gets attached.
Okay.
To where it then goes to a drain. I mean, worst case, I would just have it go straight down into the crawl space. Ideally you'd want to have it go away, like out of the foundation down there.
Okay.
But I would at least, till a more permanent solution's done, put like a 90-degree elbow and just get it going down in the crawl space.
Okay.
Because right now, if it were to leak, it'd be all over the drywall and whatnot.
All right. Do you think you could just hole saw through right there? And
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I just got out of the crawl spaces. This is a leak on one of the drain lines. There's a little puddle underneath it, but you can see where it's leaking. The water right there, the droplets.
That clean out?
Yeah.
Okay. So they need to replace that clean out, you think, or just tighten it?
It probably just needs tightened.
Okay.
Yeah. They could put like that thread tape around it and unscrew it. Yep. Do the thread tape. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Water pressure's good though? Like it's not like backed up or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So that was that. There is some pictures I took that I don't have in the report yet. Let's see. All right, so this is I believe it's on that side of the house, but you can see where water's coming in through it. It's not sealed. I would get both of the doors. There's 2 entry doors on the exterior of the home. I would at least get them sealed somewhat. I mean, most people I see, they make a piece of wood and then they'll kind of trim around it. You know what I mean? To where it'll fit a little more snugly. I would do that because there's a little water puddle down in there and it was coming from water getting in there. So that's just moisture that would help grow mold and whatever else.
Okay.
This is an opening in the crawl space where there's no vent, and that's actually looking under the deck. So I would definitely block that off, or put a vent there, whichever you want to do.
Okay.
But I would at least seal it up to where critters can't get in there right now, because now you can get raccoons and.
I think I'd just get some mortar, put a cinder block in there, and call it good.
Yep. The only structural thing that I could find down there is they got a couple of floor joists to where it's notched and it's just resting on this little piece of wood right here.
Okay.
So there's one.
And what's that little piece of wood resting on? Not much?
Not much.
Okay.
Here's another one. I think there's 4 or 5 of them all together.
So they need to put a sister underneath there, and what do you think?
That I don't know. I'd leave that one up to a licensed contractor, like a carpenter, to figure out.
Okay.
It might be to where they could kind of use like one of the floor jacks underneath.
Okay,
to hold
yeah.
Yeah, that might be an issue. This is as soon as you go in the crawl space to the right. And this is the exterior one right outside the kitchen door. So as soon as you go in the crawl space, actually it's to the left. That's the first one you'll see. And you can see where it's basically like a furring strip.
Yeah.
And that joist, all the way to that joist is on that right now.
Okay.
So like I said, there's about 4 of them all together. The rest of the the rest of the perimeter around it looks fine. Like they're properly secured, but those definitely need fixed.
Okay.
And then lastly, I did the barn. The barn is secured. There are lag bolts. I took a picture of a few of them, and I hit them with the hammer. They're hard. They're down in the concrete well. So there are lag bolts holding that down.
Alrighty.
There's a little bit of water coming in because there's no type of anything between the barn and the concrete to keep water out.
Okay. So how would you seal that, you think?
That one, I mean, you could probably even use like silicone caulk.
Really? Okay. Yeah, it's not really pressurized getting in
Right.
there. Okay.
Yeah. And then even if it was too big, you could get the backer rod, push it under, and then caulk in front of that.
Okay.
And that should keep it out.
Right on. All right.
And then lastly, shoot, the pictures are on my drone. The ceiling, this is a piece of it on the floor. The roof of the barn, they have the slats going this way instead of this way.
We were going to ask about that.
Yeah, so I have pictures on my drone that I'll embed into the report, and you can see where there's water just ponding in between all of those fingers.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't have it going the other way like it is on the house.
Right.
So
what kind of issues do you think that could cause? Because we were looking at the structure itself is, it's all metal and concrete. It's not going to rot. Do you think that's an issue in this case?
I'll try to research it tonight and see what I can figure out.
Okay. Yep. All right. That'd be cool. Because that is a concern that we were wondering about prior to this. So.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll research. I'll figure out. Well, I got a picture of the material, so I'll match it up, as good as I can when I research it tonight, and I'll see what they say about it.
Okay. All right. Cool beans, man.
And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot.
All right. I think.